As a scientist, as you can see, I'm wearing a lab coat. I must be a scientist. Data matters to me, and I find the data to be very difficult to rationalize after the fact. I've seen outliers that matter, but I've seen too many of these outliers to believe that they are genuinely a product of the experiment under which we're actually undergoing. I told my best friend today, I said, I'm thinking about running for office. My plan is to never have anything coherent or cognizant to say, to never campaign, to refuse to debate, because apparently that's how you win now. We have a president, a senator from Pennsylvania, and a governor in Arizona who refused to talk to anybody, who refused to debate, who barely campaigned, and who can barely string two words together to form a sentence, who have won elections. How in Hoboken does that happen? Now, I'm a scientist and I've seen a lot of weird things. I'm going to go into class here in a little bit, and students are going to do stuff, and I'm going to look at it and say, how the hell did you do that? But there's a pattern emerging. A pattern that evinces that something is going on besides that which we are observing, that some other variable has been introduced to this American experiment, and a variable that they deny exists. And they, of course, accuse me of being a denier for pointing it out. Now, I know that it has always been the position of magistrars to call out the status quo. Some of the original ones were actually executed for refusing to accept the church's belief or the king's word as law. But that's not how it works. And now everyone knows that the earth revolves around the sun and not vice versa, that we're not traveling around the universe on the back of a turtle. And nobody in their right mind believes that the process of winning an election is to hide in your basement, do absolutely the square root of squat, and hope that people show up and vote for you. And I say that because my best friend has run for office. I have a neighbor who ran for office. That's not what they did. They lost. And I don't think that my friend thinks that he would have actually become the president of the United States if he had just hung out in his basement. For most people, if you do that, you're going to lose. And yet, a certain group of people keep doing that and winning. There's something going on here, and we're not allowed to measure it. Fancy that. Do your own homework. Trust your own judgment. Read everything. Ignore other people's opinions. Do your own homework and make your own decisions. Because at the end of the day, most people are not going to be real with you like I am. Because most people really don't give two shakes of a donkey's tail about anyone but themselves. And you can ask my students. Maybe I'll ask them if they'd be willing to talk to you. They know I care about them. Maybe not, super much, but I care more than average. I'm smarter than average, Barry. Boo-boo. Anyway, good luck. I have no idea what kind of a world we're going to end up with, where the outcomes are completely not predictable based on the experimental variables applied to a condition. Something else is going on here, and it's not something that we did. It's not part of the original American experiment. Mark my words.